Now, after chapter 167 dropped of One Punch Man, I feel like this video is necessary to be made because I'm pretty sure we all did not expect what happened in chapter 167 to happen. So, this video, I haven't seen people actually talk about this. I feel like people are more focused about like just the crazy stuff that happened. And if we are focusing on certain characters, it's about the main man himself, Saitama. But instead, I kind of wanted to flip the switch and talk about the other opponent in this battle, which is Garou, well, more specifically Cosmic Fear Awakened Garou, and why he is a lot stronger than we initially thought. Now, there is prequels of this videos of like other forms of Garou that I've made on the channel, so you can check those out if you want to. I might even make like a whole playlist of just like the videos I've made of Garou and his different forms and why they are stronger than we initially thought when, we first got introduced to the form. And now, of course, I kind of want to also talk about something I said in my last chapter review, which was about Jupiter. I know a lot of people in the comments were flaming me and they were like, oh, this guy doesn't know what Jupiter is, all that good stuff. And all in all, it was pretty funny. I mean, I'm an idiot for not knowing that was Jupiter. Well, I did kind of have a suspicion that it was Jupiter because it did look like it. And, I do know my planets and everything, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Uranus, all that good stuff. I know my planets, don't get me wrong. I'm not an idiot, but I mean, I guess Jupiter just didn't come to mind whilst I was recording the video. Well, at least everyone makes mistakes at the end of the day. So, I mean, I hope you guys don't think I'm an idiot, but let's just get into the video. Now, starting off with just going over what happened in the last chapter. Now, we saw that Saitama and Garou both used a serious punch and they pretty much just equaled each other out. And as Blast and, his other hero friends were trying to contain the power of these two serious punches, they pretty much just got sent to like the moon Io, which I guess kind of orbits around Jupiter from what I've managed to learn from other people. Well, I didn't actually know Io was like a moon that goes around Jupiter, but I mean, you learn new things every day. But moving on, now that we've seen that Garou and Saitama have done this and they've, been sent to Jupiter, or they've been sent to the moon next to Jupiter, we see that Saitama basically kind of says he's being serious in this fight. I'm not too sure how serious Saitama is in this fight, but from seeing what he's done, from the last chapter, I can guess he's somewhat using a fraction of his power at the very least, we can say, because we see that Saitama used multiple serious punches on Garou during this fight. I mean, he used like 3 serious moves on Saitama, which was the serious table flip. He also used like the serious omnidirectional serious punch or something, and he also used like another serious punch. And I mean, the fact that Garou was able to survive all 3 of these serious attacks from Saitama just puts him on a completely different level to any other monster that we've seen so far in the series. Like Orochi, Boros, Psychos Orochi, they have nothing on Cosmic Garou. Like Boros couldn't survive 1 serious punch, but Garou is surviving like 5 serious punches, or maybe 4. I mean, Saitama used the serious punch that he clashed with initially. I mean, he used the serious table flip, the serious omnidirectional punch, or he also used another serious punch in chapter 167. So, I mean, the fact that Garou survived all these things, I mean, the Boros versus Garou thing, it's not even a debate at this point. Not to mention, Garou has the ability to copy like different techniques from other people. Like he was able to copy Saitama's serious punch. He was able to copy Blast's, gravity knuckle. He was able to copy Blast's like portal abilities. Like Garou is pretty busted at the moment. I mean, in the last chapter, we saw him like bounce around in different portals and like he was, dare I say, not overwhelming Saitama, but I guess from the way the panel was illustrated, it was, I guess, implied that he was moving at insane speeds around Saitama. I'm not saying that Saitama wasn't able to read this, but I mean, if it was any other character in the series, I'm sure they would be completely overwhelmed by this. So the fact that Garou was able to perform something as impressive as that already kind of puts him again in a league of his own. Not to mention that Garou can also like radiate cosmic energy, so any human like fighter that tries to go up against him, apart from Saitama of course, will probably lose like over time. Not even like, I mean, Garou can just stand there and they'll probably lose. I mean, the cosmic energy, it was implied to like be completely like overbearing to human fighters. Like we saw King, and we know King is the strongest character in the series, so the fact that King was able to be knocked out by this cosmic energy kind of means there's no human fighter that could beat Garou, because King is the strongest character in the series. And I actually made a video about King the other day, so you can check that out if you want. I feel like that's probably one of the best videos I've made on the channel by far. Let's also talk about the fact that Garou can literally create nuclear explosions from one attack. Like literally from one punch he can create a nuclear explosion. So that in itself, if it was anyone apart from Saitama that he was fighting, they would probably lose after a couple of punches. Let's say he was going up against, I don't know, Tatsumaki, I doubt she could tank like all at once. Not to mention that Garou can also use like consecutive normal punches combined with nuclear fission, which would completely overwhelm even the top tiers in the series like Tatsumaki, as I said. So once again, Tatsumaki versus Garou, if anyone is trying to debate that, Garou completely no-diffs her, along with Boros as well. And on top of this, Garou can also use a gamma ray burst. So I mean, he can pretty much, I'm not too sure what gamma ray burst was, but from what I can remember, I'm pretty sure gamma ray burst is something like a star level attack, like something even above the collapsing star roaring cannon, if I can remember. I'm not too sure, but maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. But from what I can remember, I'm pretty sure the gamma ray burst scales above the collapsing star roaring cannon, and the fact that Garou can do that with no repercussions in itself, once again, it's just completely insane. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that most of us kind of expected Garou to be around. Why he's a lot stronger than even I thought he was gonna be. Like, I did not expect Garou to be on this level of strength. I expected Garou not to even scale above Boros, and I mean, you take that as you will. Maybe some of you guys expected this to happen, but me personally, I can put my hands up in the air and say I did not expect Garou to turn out as strong as he did in the end. And I'm sure that Garou versus Saitama, even though it's not ended, I'm expecting it to end pretty soon, maybe in like another 2-3 chapters. But in of itself, the fact that Garou is able to survive this long against Saitama, once again, is another feat added to his name. So I mean, take that as you will, but Garou, in my opinion, is definitely the top, well, #1 strongest monster we've seen so far in the series, and I'm sure he's gonna stay like that for quite a while. Of course, excluding characters like God, because, you know, it's pretty obvious since God is the one that gave Garou this power, so it would make sense that, you know, God would scale above cosmic Garou. But apart from that, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. I mean, this video was not going to be too long because, I mean, we haven't seen the entire Garou versus Saitama fight. And who knows, maybe I'll have to make another video talking about this fight once again. But I'm pretty sure like this is the only video I'm going to need to make, because I'm not too sure if Garou is going to go above this level of power anymore. I mean, Garou can only copy so many moves. I mean, he can copy the moves, but he can't actually replicate the raw power of them. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. If you didn't, don't. But apart from that, I'll see you in my next video.